Greetings, I'm Professor K, and in this short video presentation, we're going to see how we go about enabling website authentication in IIS for Microsoft Windows Server 2019. Regardless if you're running IIS on Server 2012, Server 2016, or Server 2019, enabling website authentication is the same process across all three versions. Currently, we have our IIS Management Console open for Windows Server 2019, and if I click on the default website, you'll see I get all the default configurations that I currently have for this default website that's existing up inside of this Management Console. Now currently, if I click on Authentication, you'll see that anonymous authentication is enabled, and if I would like to disable that, I can just highlight it and then I can click on Disable. Now, if you don't see Windows Authentication or even basic authentication available to you up inside of IIS, that means we're going to have to go to Server Manager and we're going to have to install those two additional features. Let's go ahead and click on Add Roles and Features. Click Next on this wizard here. Click Next. Just keep clicking Next. Go on down till you come to your web server IIS. Open that up. Then expand your web server IIS, and from here we're going to click on Security, and under Security we're going to go down here to where it says Windows Authentication, and we're going to check that box. Now if you would like basic authentication, you can go ahead and check that box as well. Go ahead and click Next, and click Next, and Install. We can go ahead and close out the wizard. And now we can return back on over here to our IIS. Now we're just going to go ahead and close out our IIS Management Console. And we're going to go to Tools. And underneath Tools, we're going to select Internet Information Services Manager. Go ahead and make this full screen again. Let's go ahead and expand our DC1. Let's go ahead and expand our sites. Let's go ahead and click on Default Website. And let's open up Authentication. And now you'll see that you have basic authentication and Windows authentication available to you. So if you no longer want to allow just anonymous access to the website, meaning that if I just go up, open up Internet Explorer, and I type in http://localhost, I'll get into the website. If you want people to be challenged, then you can either use basic authentication or Windows authentication. Now they both pull the user's password from their user account up inside of Active Directory. But the difference is basic authentication will pass that information on over to the website in clear text. With Windows authentication, the user's password is exchanged using encryption. So let's go ahead and click on Anonymous Authentication, and let's go ahead and disable this option, and we'll select Windows Authentication. And under Windows Authentication, we'll go back over here under the Actions menu and we will select Enable. So the problem I ran into trying to get the Windows Authentication to work was using the local host. And so I just typed in the IP address for the IIS web server and I did a refresh, and now it comes up and should prompt me for my username and password. It's pulling this information over from the Active Directory database. So if I type in administrator and I type in my administrator password and I hit enter, I get the website. So if the Windows authentication or even the basic authentication doesn't work for you right away, what you can do is you can go back up inside of your anonymous authentication. You can do an enable, then do a disable, then go back down here to your Windows authentication and you can do a disable and an enable, and then you can right click over here on your default website. You can go down to manage website, you can tell it to restart, or you can stop it and then you can start it again. And so that's going to conclude this short video presentation on how we go about enabling website authentication in IIS for Windows Server 2019. So if you have any questions or you have any concerns about any of the information that was presented to you in this short video presentation, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact your instructor, and I'll see you in my next video.